Good morning, boys and girls. We are going to sit here and do a install video. I ordered a set of it's supposed to be J&M, I believe, but I'm pretty sure they sent me BMR, which I'm not going to complain because I wanted the BMR stuff originally. They were on their website, they just said they're out. But these are lower control arms, lower control arm relocation brackets. The whole point of these is you got the 3 holes down here, and it's going to change the control arm angle from where it's at now. At the moment, my control arm is probably barely at any angle. I want it to be more upwards towards the center of the car. The rule of thumb, typically when you have a suspension set up on a car that you race at the track a lot, you want your control arm angle to typically the upper control arm pointed down, lower control arm pointed up. You want the intersection point close to behind the driver's seat for your best launching. I think it's the rule. I'm pretty sure that's the rule of thumb to help with getting your 60 foot down, getting off the line. At the moment, I've been running a 1.7 average. 60 foot, I did get a 1.69 at one point, but hopefully these are going to help me get any better. But the kit comes with the bracket, all the nuts and bolts that you're going to need to install these. And I think there's instructions. Or maybe there is. This one's the other bracket. And obviously I had to go with red to try and match the theme of the car. Black, white, red. The red will stand out more. And they sent me one of each. Okay. No matter what, it'll do the same purpose. I don't think. Alright. They sent me one of each. It's fine. They'll do the same thing as I'm supposed to. Ooh, Corvette. Alright, I guess these are J&M. One's just different shape. In the event that you are missing any parts, need help with installation, J&M hotparts.com. And it okay, yeah, that's how they're supposed to be. They come with a whole parts list with instructions. Looks pretty detailed, looks pretty easy to do. Alright, yeah, this looks pretty simple to do to get these installed and everything. The other thing that I ended up ordering that's in this box currently is actually a starter solenoid, because I've been having an issue with my car having issues starting, and I gotta sit there and touch the negative post on my starter to get it to actually start. So hopefully this will fix my issue of the starter solenoid. The one that's currently on the car, the ground post is actually like the tack welds are broken on it. So that's been the issue. This is supposed to be a PA starter solenoid that goes with any high torque mini starter. Now, I've had the PA starters in the car before. I'm pretty sure I took it off, but I have it sitting around here somewhere where I can just throw that one back on the car if I needed with the new solenoid, because the solenoid had the same issue on that one. But this looks like it's gonna be pretty easy to install. It should just be 2 screws on the back. Pop both one out, pop this one in, and put all the wires to it. Other than that, yeah, so on the ones that are currently on the car, this piece is the ground. and those little rivets, tack welds on some of the other ones have broken, so this whole piece is just loose and it's not connecting to the ground. But I'm gonna get the car lifted up and take the wheels off, or get the wheels taken off in a second, and we can start with installing the J&M lower control arm brackets. Now, I'm going to be changing the angle of this part right here, which is the lower control arm. At the moment, I do have an SR Performance lower control arm. I need to look over the instructions for a minute and see how it goes. They are both certain sides, so you need to figure out which sides. Well, been having a lot of technical difficulties. This is taking a lot longer than I thought it would, which is typically how everything goes on this car because it is a shitbox. So the driver's side, I've been having the biggest pain. So I got everything disconnected, the shock's disconnected, or I put it back in for now, so this whole side of the shit don't fall down. Sway bar's disconnected, control arm's disconnected. I just need this bolt out to the pan hard bar. I ended up cutting the head off this side off so I can at least break it from the little bracket right here. And I cut the bracket so I could try to pry it back, but I can just weld that back. So but the problem is I'm currently having the pan hard bar is actually like the little sleeve inside the pan hard bar is like rusted to that bolt, so I can't even get the bolt to turn. So I've been trying to like use a punch or another bolt to try to hit it through. No luck at the moment. So since I was having the issue with this side, I took a pause, came over to do the passenger side, which I already got the passenger side all buttoned up. I got it in. It wasn't that bad to do. I did have to end up cutting a little piece, like, turn off. I did have to cut a little piece off of the bracket on the inside part because it was hitting it and it was preventing me from being able to get the bolt, the original bolt from the control arm in, which is the one down there that you can see. And so I got this side in, which was pretty easy, but I'm thinking of to try to get that pan hard bar done, see if I can loosen, like take this side off and use it as leverage to try to get that bolt loose, because on one side it does have a piece that locks it in place, like that, get it loose. If I can get it broken loose, I can take it out and get the other side done. So I got this side done. Now you can see the change in angle, because if you look at it, that control arm used to be where that old bolt is, the second one on top. That's where it used to be. It's about a 2.5 inch drop from on the axle side. So hopefully that's gonna help my 60 foots get that stuff down better. I did change out the starter solenoid too off camera because that was being a pain too. You can't really see it from, well, kinda. So you can kind of see it up there, the bright shiny thing. I replaced the solenoid starter. I ended up having to actually break it off, so I had to take the whole starter out because I was trying to just do it with the solenoid. I had to take the whole starter out for the fact that this little stud right there, which was the one connected from the starter, the actual starter, to the solenoid, that stud was broken and spinning, so I couldn't get this nut off. So that's why I had to take the whole starter out, so I can get this take this off, and we were having a trouble, so I ended up just taking my grinder with a cut wheel, cut straight through the bottom part, ended up cutting the nut end off that was inside, and cut straight through it, so it just came off. But I'm not going to be reusing this, so we broke it, which is always fun. Breaking things fun to an extent. So starter's good. Got the issue of the car not wanting to start and stop me from having to take a screwdriver to touch that now, so I can just start it right up. Now I just got to figure out how I am going to do this, and then tomorrow I think I'm going to have to end up doing the transmission. I got to fill that up. Hopefully I didn't burn up the trans or the front seal on this again, because I really don't want to take that trans back out. But it is what it is. If I have to, I have to fix it. But I will let you guys know on how that goes, and I'll show you progress hopefully soon. But I don't know how long it'll take, or if I'm gonna get to it tomorrow or today. We'll find out. Alright, see you in a bit. Well, update, it is 11:11. Finally got the one in there. Got it in there. It's all tightened down. So both of those brackets are done. The starter solenoid's on. However, now I had to order a new one of my panhard barbs, because this little bolt was seized in there. So that should be fun. That should be here Saturday, so I can have the car back up and running. Tomorrow I'm gonna do the transmission fluid, double check it, make sure I don't have to pull that out. And then Monday I have a trans cooler temp gauge coming in, so I can install that in the trans cooler lines to keep an eye on the trans temp, because I'm pretty sure I burned it up Saturday racing. So, but now I'm just cleaning up a little bit of stuff. I'm gonna leave the car on the jacks with the jack stand underneath. But pain in the butt. But we got it done. But I'll see you guys tomorrow.